Have you ever felt that the most incredible places on Earth are the ones hiding just beyond the reach of a typical travel guide? There are corners of our world where nature, history, and pure magic collide, creating landscapes so stunning they almost defy belief. Today, we're taking you on a journey for such destinations, places that aren't just beautiful, but are living, breathing stories etched into our planet. We'll start in a Moroccan city, bathed in an almost dreamlike shade of blue, a color that holds deep historical and spiritual meaning. From there, we'll travel to the edge of a massive Icelandic canyon, a dramatic scar on the landscape carved by ancient glacial waters. Then, we'll glide silently beneath a living constellation of glowworms, a spectacle found nowhere else on Earth but New Zealand. And finally, we'll stand on the world's largest natural mirror, a landscape so vast and flat it's used to calibrate satellites from space. So stick around as we uncover the incredible truths behind these breathtaking hidden wonders. First up, nestled high in Morocco's Rif Mountains, is the city of Chefchaouen. At first glance, you're struck by the overwhelming sea of blue that washes over everything. But this iconic color is so much more than just pretty paint. The tradition is said to have been started by Jewish refugees in the 1930s. For them, painting their homes blue was a powerful symbol of the sky and heaven, a constant reminder of their faith. But there's a practical side to it too. Many locals believe the calming blue hue naturally repels mosquitoes, keeping their homes cool and pest-free. As you get lost in its winding maze-like streets, you're not just sightseeing, you're walking through layers of history. Every blue-washed wall tells a story of faith, resilience, and clever practicality, creating a tranquil sanctuary that feels like it's been frozen in a more peaceful time. Now, let us jump over to a place with a name as dramatic as its scenery, Fjaðrárgljúfur Canyon in southern Iceland. This place is an absolute masterpiece of natural erosion. It was carved out over 9,000 years ago, right after the last ice age. By the relentless meltwater of a retreating glacier, its sheer serpentine walls plunge up to 100 meters down to the Ifjár River that still flows below. Its otherworldly beauty was a well-kept secret for a long time, but it exploded onto the global stage, thanks in part to a Justin Bieber music video. The sudden influx of visitors unfortunately threatened the fragile moss that blankets its cliffs, forcing authorities to temporarily close it for conservation. Fjaðrárgljúfur is a powerful and stunning reminder of the delicate balance we must strike between sharing the world as natural beauty and our responsibility to preserve it for future generations. From the dramatic cliffs of Iceland, we now venture deep underground in New Zealand, into a subterranean galaxy. But the thousands of tiny lights you see twinkling above aren't stars. They are glowworms, a unique species called Arachnocampa luminosa found only here. And get this, they're not actually worms. They're the larvae of a fungus gnat. Through a fascinating chemical process called bioluminescence, they produce a soft, ethereal blue-green light from their bodies. But this beautiful glow has a deadly purpose. The larvae spin sticky, silk threads that hang down like fishing lines, and the light attracts unsuspecting insects right into their trap. It's a silent, breathtaking hunt that has been illuminating these ancient caves for millennia. Floating through here is like drifting through another universe. Our final destination is Salar de Uyuni in Bolivia, the largest salt flat on the entire planet. Spanning over 10,000 square kilometers, this surreal, almost alien landscape is what remains of a massive prehistoric lake that evaporated long ago, leaving behind a thick crust of salt. But the real magic happens during the rainy season. A thin layer of water covers the surface, transforming this vast expanse into the world's largest natural mirror. The reflection is so perfect it creates the mind-bending illusion of walking on the sky. The surface is so incredibly flat and expansive that NASA and other space agencies actually use it to calibrate the altitude measuring instruments on their observation satellites. Beyond its beauty, Salar de Uyuni also holds over half of the world's lithium reserves, making this ancient lakebed a crucial resource for our modern tech-driven future. From a city painted blue with hope, to a canyon that teaches us about conservation, a cave lit by living stars, and a salt flat that helps us look to the cosmos, these wonders prove that our world is packed with incredible stories just waiting to be discovered.